Hello. I don't know if y'all can see me yet. Yeah, can you see a cactus? Still say, well, mine, so does mine.
Okay, hold on, pause. I still see the cactus.
Hold on, yeah, let me see if we're in the other room.
Boom, boom, boom.
If we're in the other one, we'll go to the other one. So annoying. Well, I'm not going to get to be the host ever again. Wait, I got to be because it's like was my idea. Wait, what is that? This thing like eats up my computer. I mean, it like makes my computer run really slow.
Yeah, if you need to, just, you keep the hangouts up, and then you hit stop broadcast, and then I think you can start the broadcast again.
Okay, I found it. It's the sunset one.
Do y'all hear the cicadas?
We are actually live.
Those things are so crazy. The kid loves the cicadas.
You tell everybody to go to the one that has the anyway, not the one, not the lobby y'all are in. I'm going to close this lobby somehow.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to share
the dead room
with the sun. I got you.
Okay.
Are we still just talking?
Yeah, we're actually live, so whatever.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, hello. This for the people doing the playback.
Sorry about that.
Right, this is going to be worth the money.
We gotta pause it. Okay. All right.
So yeah, let's see if anybody comes over to the other room. There we go. Da, da, da.
Yeah, you can do your hello. Welcome, everyone.
Now I can do my hello. Welcome, everyone. Hello. Welcome to the live stream on Friday night with our little special guest. As y'all can tell, I'm really good at this computer stuff. We have Staff Sergeant BA from Step 1 Survival. We have Lily from Lily in the Wild.
Hello.
Y'all can say hello now.
Oh, hello. Hello, everyone.
Hey, guys.
Now, before we get into this too far, all my blue people out there, all my wrenches, zero tolerance. Anybody gets out of line, time them out. If they just time them out, if they come back and do it again, kick them off all the way. All right. No inappropriate behavior tonight. Okay. Especially if we don't know who they are. So there you go. Now we can have fun. We were gonna have Sasquatch in there too, but he's like has a life or something. I don't know, some lame excuse like that. Anyway, who we got? We got hello to go Frank.
Paratrooper, Spoken Locust, that on YouTube.
Daniel, good. War Dog, LS. Hey, LS is in here. Lakeisha, how you doing? Just Dave's here. Aaron. My wife's in here. Okay, everybody, best behavior. Sasquatch, Mel Dog, Skeleton, Bushcraft, and Survival. Hey, that guy, I know him. Well, I've met him on like this chat box thing. Okay, there we go. Now we're live streaming. What y'all want to talk about? I have like a whole list of questions I can ask y'all.
Billions of things we can talk about. I think real quick, I want to say for folks, if you can, share this out to your buddies and friends that are bored right now and sitting at the house and ain't got nothing to do. Great place to chat for a community. I would just share that real quick, and then we can talk about whatever you guys like. Lately, I've been working on budget things, like silly little budget doodads, like little toys. I made a drone, and I flew it for the first time today, and it only cost me $20. It was cool.
Wow.
That's probably not cool, but I thought it was cool at the time.
Well,
the kid liked it.
Dad is asking Lily a question.
Uh-oh.
I'm not seeing the chat.
You're not-
Okay.
okay. You have to open a YouTube window, the sister,
Okay.
and then it'll be on the side over there. The chat doesn't show up in the Hangout.
Does Lily
Right,
talk?
it's just not rolling. Oh, yeah, I do.
Okay. There you go.
Hey, Dad, ask the question again because I can't find it.
Okay,
just
I
asked
think I got
if-
it here.
Oh, yeah. Go
Does
ahead.
Lily talk about prepping with other young people? Youngins.
My family. That's mainly who I talk to it about.
So you don't like,
So my
Nope.
siblings, yeah.
you don't go talk to like other, you don't go to the mall and go, hey, nice other young person, want to talk about sharp knives and eating bushes? You don't do that?
No, sounds like fun, but no.
Okay. I guess that's just me then.
So, Lily, you mostly raised in the country?
I mean, I was in Connecticut before Kentucky.
Yeah.
Well, Connecticut's still in the country. I mean, you'd have to be like
Yeah.
or Mexico or Europe or something to be out of the country. So technically, you're still raised in the country.
Okay.
I'm trying to help.
That's good humor right there. I like that.
Okay, I have. Why do you do bushcraft, Miss Lily, in the wild?
It's a hobby. I really enjoy it. Also, you know, having those skills later on in life, especially when you really need them in a crap situation, it's a really nice thing to have. A really nice skill.
Yeah, and that's Daniel brought out something good. Is that you're reaching teens on your channel?
I noticed that. That's awesome.
You know,
The
I don't
Sasquatch
think
slapped you with a salmon. Wes, the Sasquatch just slapped you with a salmon.
ow. Ooh, oh, hey, this is my belated VR Rob for all that out of date food that he was eating, which that guy's crazy. I couldn't find any hard candy, so I went through and was digging, and I found a bag of Halloween candy, and it says, "Best if eaten by September." No, yeah, no, August 2014. And these Tootsie Rolls are insanely chewy. So if I die during this, we will know that it's because sugar does go bad. How long has that been out of date? 2014 to now?
That's
4 years.
That's right.
Was supposed to stop eating this candy 4 years ago.
Hello,
But the-
KK.
I have Tootsie Rolls. Roma.
Palmetto Paratrooper has a really good point. 1 minute you want to learn how to make feather sticks, and then the next minute you have goats and 500 pounds of beans and rice. That's definitely true. I know a lot of folks that like got into like bushcraft and a lot of the techniques of doing a lot of different things, and then next thing you know, it's like, man, we're gonna stockpile. It's going down. I know a few people that did that. I know it's not true with everybody, but it definitely happens.
Well, you can get carried away. They got in and started playing around, and then they actually found out that there's legitimate reasons for thinking and living like we do. And then they, as you grow and expand, you go from like making the feather sticks or whatever, and back to, you know what? I'm just going to move away from where I'm going to have to bug out to. I'm just going to live away from where all the crazy people are, and then I don't have to worry about it.
Man, I wish I could move. I think about that all the time. I wish I could just pack up and move, but Sippy has to finish school. She's in there right now studying. She can't be with me. Usually on Friday nights, I get stuck by myself, so finding some place to go.
That's something that's understandable, though, man. Is, I mean, we know there's reasons that you can't move,
Yeah.
He asks if I read a lot and crave information on bushcraft and survival. That's a good question. When I have time, yeah, I do. On Bushcraft Fam, which is the site I shouted out on, I think, my last video, I post more of my serious content. You can see it there.
Sorry, I was answering somebody on here. May ask me why I didn't help Rob want to help Rob on the tank. It's simple, because gravity works. I'm not afraid of falling. I'm afraid of when I hit the ground. Didn't used to be, but I tried it a couple of times and I really don't like it. So anyway, you got anything in the works, BA, that we need to know about?
My truck. My truck. It's getting an upgrade because it had a downgrade. Unfortunate chain of events, but I'm glad it happened now instead of happening later. But the transmission went out.
Oh.
Yep. It. I think it has. Basically, it was upchucking fluid, and that's not a good sign. So it's completely. It started randomly taking off in fourth gear. I have no idea why, but it said, "Hey, I'm going to take off in fourth gear today," and it stayed that way. And I had to drive it that way, but it's getting the tranny pulled and replaced, and I'm just glad that that I do prepare financially for things to happen, because that is very important. And a lot of folks don't really think about something terribly bad going wrong with a vehicle. And all of our vehicles are paid for, and the truck, it was $1,000 truck, right? It was cheap when I bought it, and I've done a lot of work to it to make it where it is. And I was expecting, because I haven't done anything with the trans, so I kind of expected something eventually was going to happen with something else. It has to. It's Murphy's Law. So there we go. And it's there now, and it's getting a transmission swap, and should be back to me in a couple of weeks. It's a sad day. I'm very, very sad. It's like $500 just to take a look and tell me, yeah, you were right. It's the transmission. Because I knew it was a transmission. I knew it. I was like, I can't fix that in my driveway. It's impossible.
Isn't that nuts? How, I mean, you go in there and say, "Hey, how much is going to cost to fix this?" And they go, "Well, let's look at it." And then they want to charge you for telling you what you wanted to know how much was going to be to fit. You're like, "Well, it's $500 already because we had to tell you what was wrong." Well, no, I told you what was wrong. I just wanted to know how much you were going to charge me for your guys to turn the wrenches. Simple.
I always wondered. I knew something was wrong with the truck. You know, the transmission never worked correctly all the way, and it had its hiccups every now and then. I kind of figured eventually it was going to go out, and I'm glad it did, because at least now that it's done, I can get that part changed out and back to normal again. Because in the event something bad happens and then it decides to do that when I'm on the road, when something bad is going on, it's not going to be a cool experience to know that I could have fixed that earlier. Anyway, but yeah, that's the major project right now, and that's where I was today. How bad is it? What's the verdict?
What's the verdict?
Well, it's like, I was like, what's the verdict?
Am I gonna like this or just cry a lot?
Like, how much is it to fix? And he said, well, by the time you're done, probably 2,000. And I said, 2,000. And I'm looking at all the numbers he's looking at, and I was like, yeah, I could see that. I said, is that the worst case scenario? He said, no, brother, that's just a scenario. Oh my gosh. Yay. So yeah, that's where I'm at. When it rains, it pours. That's why I got all spiritual today in my video. I swear I just saw Sasquatch drive by. Sasquatch, are you driving past my house again?
That you can see them drive by and stuff. Man, I've been out in the bushes looking for those things my whole life, and I never see them out there. And you see them driving by all the time. I didn't even know they could drive. That's probably my problem. I was looking for them in the bushes, and they're out there on the roads driving up and down.
I haven't seen that one before, Big C. Did you guys catch that comment from Big C? It just posted, I guess.
No,
Daniel, yep, 2,000 to start. Yep, definitely. I'm just really glad I'm fixing that problem now, so I don't have to deal with it later. Boy. But vehicles are key, though. If you've got kids and you ever plan on escaping anything, I'm definitely not doing it in the 4Runner. It's way too cramped to get anything in it. There's no way I could put food preps in the back of a 4Runner and roll out. There's just not enough room. Could stack it on the roof and stuff, and then I'll be a really big target. Hey, man, he's got food on the back of his truck.
Yeah. That's you might as well be driving around, you know. Some of these people, they're going to be in such a big hurt. You might as well be driving around in a giant truck that says free Twinkies on the side in the zombie apocalypse. Some of the rigs I hear about. Anyway, I forgot I was going to do a mail call. It was a surprise mail call. I didn't know I was going to get it. I'm going to go ahead and do my classic, but I don't have to let y'all watch it this time. There's part of it up here on the wall. I don't even know if you can see it. You can't see it in the camo. Yeah, you can.
Look at Skeleton.
But Skeleton Bushcraft, by the way. Oh, that's all right. Skeleton. Let's go. I'll be back in the chat when I get like free time or whatever. Anyway, you two people talk, and I've got to go get a box full of stuff. Anyway, and I got to show it because I didn't know I was going to get it, and this is the best time I know to do it.
Okay. So, Lily.
Hello.
Hello. What made you get into the YouTube world?
That was a year ago. I'm not sure I remember.
You just uploaded a video one day and said, well, here I am, world.
I did, and then I left for a year and came back with twice as much power.
So did the video do okay? The one that you uploaded for the first time?
Started out pretty slow as they usually do, and a year later it blew up to like 20,000 views pretty fast, and so I started making more videos. Wes was actually the first person to say, you know, why don't you have more videos? So yeah. I uploaded actually right after he said that.
Yeah, Wes is the one that sent me the link to your channel, and that's how I found you, was Wes. Wes sent the link to we have a group chat on Instagram. I don't know how many of you go on there, but we have a little group chat there. And he just posted the link in there, and then all of us went and subscribed right away. Sometimes
That's awesome.
that's how you get discovered. Sometimes with stuff. And
With that, like, share, subscribe.
and how long does it? I'm just curious. You do a lot of editing, or it seems like you do a lot of editing in your videos. They're great. They're great videos. And I'm just curious. I just couldn't. Well, first off, I couldn't imagine editing so much. But you do a lot of editing, and how long does it take you to do all that?
I have some help. I have a team. But generally, for a video that's like 3 to 6 minutes long, it'll take sometimes 2 days to get it done.
Ooh.
See, I told y'all people this stuff was work. She's got a team. That's cheating.
Right.
But it's cool.
It's not easy to edit videos. I mean, I have to do my stuff kind of like on the fly, stop, pause, play, stop, pause, that kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about when I say stop and then record again, that kind of thing. And I move people around to different locations. I have to do a lot of that because I won't have time to sit and chop and chop and chop and then add like I can't do like Batman Kablow and stuff like that. Like I wish I could, but I just it would take me just as long as you to do something like that. It would take forever.
I enjoy doing it. It's actually pretty fun for me. As long as there's no distractions over 5 seconds.
Oh man.
It happens.
So she would like not want to do it at your house, or mine. Between the goats and the chickens or the
This
kids.
is not. This is if you don't like distractions, boy, this place would be one major distraction. I've got. Did you see that? Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
The spider. You see that spider? It just jumped on me.
Pretty spooky.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. What is on?
Thank you, Aaron.
What is on this? It's why is the spider gooey?
Spit up Ellie's nose.
That's disgusting. Don't do that.
Thanks, Brad.
Yeah, that's food. Here, everyone.
First, wait, I had and BA. Quit looking at my camera at my question, dude.
Hang on.
I've been all day trying to think these questions up, and then you didn't ask all of them. Hey, Lily, I have one. This is very important. What is the one thing you would like to say directly to Daniel? God is my judge. Remember, you should make his face hurt.
Wow, you really put me on the spot here, Wes.
Well, that was it.
Okay.
We can come back to that later.
Yeah.
Okay. That'll give you something to think about because I have a question for BA. BA, which one is better, beef or chicken fajitas, and why? See, he doesn't know either.
Well, I probably wouldn't put onions on it, but that's not the question. It's beef or chicken. I like both, but I think I'm gonna say beef. I'll say beef.
Cool. See, I got very important questions that are very important to our community here, and I couldn't come up with anything that I started struggling down. Oh, another one for BA. What do you think of the crushed red pepper Tostitos?
They are fantastic. And when you're stress eating like I was today, and the reason why I was stress eating because I found out about the truck, and those Tostitos are amazing. They definitely got me through that hard time of sadness. I cried for a while, but I was over it. I had to turn it on.
I have a, what is that thing? I have an 88 Chevy long bed sitting out there that I do not have the money to drop a 350 back in. My truck is sitting there just looking at me going, don't you love me anymore?
Chevy.
It doesn't, I know it doesn't love me. And not everything can be a Ford Bronco, okay? There's reasons.
What do you say?
No, that's all. Okay. Has anybody got any questions for Miss Lily over here that we missed? Did you see anything? Was there any questions sneak by us, Lily?
Somebody asked if I ever solo camped out with, I think, just my bug out bag. If I got that question wrong, please let me know.
But while you're on the topic, go ahead and answer that question.
No, I haven't actually. I like to camp out with my siblings. It's like a nice campfire experience. I like it.
So you're one of those weird people that get along with their siblings?
Not always,
Okay.
but
Yeah, you worry there. I get along with my family really good when like we aren't in the same room.
yeah, Daniel, I was gonna say I love your cringy humor. It's great.
What was that?
What clothing items would you take with you or have in a long-term SHTF?
What long or clothing items would you take for a long-term Tiawaki visit, Lily? Was the question.
Repeat that.
What clothing items would you take with you in a long-term SHTF scenario?
What clothing items? A shmog. Because you can make that into a couple of things. Depends on what you mean by a clothing item.
I don't know. I didn't ask the question. I just read it. And it's, the thing is, I mean, like you're in wherever you're at, and I'm where I'm at. The stuff that I would have on me is not the stuff you're going to have up there. The stuff I would have on me down here is not I'm not carrying all that junk I would have to survive up in Canada down here in Texas. That just would be ludicrous. You know, it's, who does it?
Brian's.
I'll just run right over there and get it, bro. What's Lily's channel name, Brian? It's Lily in the Wild. Oh, okay.
Hang on a sec.
No, we can't let this. I was going to do this thing, but you want to see the mail call real fast? I got to turn my camera back on, wherever that is. Give it a minute. Is West Wind, are you in here? Or do you have a life still? He's probably got a life. West Wind Survival is super stand-up dude. And he told me first, well, I don't know about super stand-up. Is he in here? He told me he was going to send me a book. He said, hey, what's your Addy so I can send you a Wild Edibles book, which he did in a separate package. But then I got this big old box too, which has, well, this came with this pen in it. I don't know if y'all can see that. little thing or not. This is like so sweet. Oh, this is gonna get put up. I just had it out so I could show it. Y'all might not think it's that much, but I do. Anyway. And then you got Faith of Our Fathers. He sent me several books. He sent me S.M. Sterling's a series. We got to get to reading those. I like books. Also, like to stack stuff around me like it's going out of style. And apparently, he thinks I drink coffee. But this is the stuff I get to keep. Then on top of all that, he sent me all this, which I'm not going to show you, to go in the BOB, the Bob, the bug out bag. So I may enter my own giveaway. Just put it that way. You know, when between 1 and 2,000, and happen to get the right one, because this is going to be way better than mine. That's it. Wayne at West Wind Survival. I'm gonna shout him out. Any of you people that ain't subscribed to him, he's laid back, he's polite, and when he goes and does something cool, he just takes you for the ride. You know, he goes hiking and he takes you for the ride. Sometimes he just talks about stuff. I put him and Steve Foco in the same level of calm, collected thinking almost. Know that this book has already become the property of Mrs. West, so I got to hold it for a little bit. It's got pictures in there. We found out one of the weeds that we pick up and throw to the goats all the time are poisonous, so we're not going to do that anymore. Cool. Thank you, Insight. What else we got? Don't, or Brother Lily, when do you want to do your little thingy?
I can do now.
We can wait to the end or towards the end, or how many are you giving away now?
2.
Now, for those of you who aren't aware, Lily is giving away 2 channel patches. Now, here's the deal. Until I type in the words ready, set, go, no answers count. Nothing you say before I type that in. You know, my name will be the little yellow guy out there. None of the answers count. All right. Now, she's already chosen, and it's already been applied to paper. So, if Lily, if you're ready, and you're giving away 2, so we've got to do it
I'm
twice.
good.
So I am picking a second number, okay? And we're going to give them away. We'll give the first one away, and then we'll talk some more, and then we'll give the other one away. How's that?
Sounds good.
Sounds good? Okay. Now remember, we're picking a number between 1 and 100, and it doesn't count until I say ready, set, go.
These are always fun.
And now y'all can start acting crazy. Now I'm going to kill my camera because I don't want y'all to see me looking all weird and stuff. There you go.
I think I live near a racetrack.
They're dancing all over. This is funny.
Yeah. Still haven't got it.
Now pick a real number.
Yes, they've danced all. They've hit everything but it.
That's good.
Somebody just started scrolling back up to see what everybody typed in. I'm pretty sure.
You'd have to, because
It's
I had 3 people guess the same number.
Oh,
one
Smoking
number.
Locust.
Did he get it? Did it sneak past me?
Yeah.
Man, he is a
72,
lucky
right?
man.
Yeah, it was 72.
All right.
Did he sneak that past
Good
me?
job.
He is
Y'all
lucky,
can
man.
stop now. Got it.
Ah, there it
It
is.
takes-
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a minute for it to catch up.
Smoking Locust for the win. And I'm not going to go back and double check. We calling that Smoking Locust.
All right. Good job. I'm going to drop my email in here.
We must be lagging or something because people are still throwing that. Now, Hidden went back to see what he said and put in the same number. That's funny.
Now, Wes, I've got a mystery item for you tonight to do a giveaway as well.
Oh, okay.
I was telling you in your last live stream that you can add me for a mystery item. I figured I'd remind you.
What do you want to do that tonight or whatever? Because
Yeah, I was going to do it tonight with you guys on here. I was going to let you guys do what you're doing first, and then I'll jump in to do a giveaway as well.
well, we're going to give everybody a minute to calm down over here and congratulate everybody, and then she can we'll go back and give her other one away, and because that worked really well. That was a spur of the moment, let's do it this way thing or whatever. So I think from now on, to save all the confusion, I think we should all do it. If we do the pick a number thing, and
Yeah.
that way it's done. You know, that way none of the watch it. Anyway, for all y'all that have just come in here and don't know what we're doing, the young lady that's in here with us is Lily in the Wild. And she has a YouTube channel, and she's actually involved in a couple. She actually has serious bushcrafting videos available. If you'll go to her YouTube channel, she tells you where to find them at. She does really entertaining, really funny videos on her YouTube stuff. And Lily, I was floored when you said I was the first one to tell you to do more videos, and you started doing videos. That's a real honor for somebody with your kind of talent to blame me for it. I'm really glad you listened though, because
Thank you.
you're like I actually play your videos. I'll loop them, you know, I don't let them go all the way to the end ever, and I'll watch them 2 or 3 times at the same time, because in every one of them there's something that literally makes me bust out and die laughing.
Okay, twice now, Aaron.
Oh, that's nice to hear. Thanks, Wes.
Okay, Aaron has asked BA a question. What is the question?
Uh-oh.
What is the question, Aaron?
BA, can you tell us some more about MAN?
Oh, MAN. We can talk about the MAN, Men
Yeah.
or Mutual Assistance Network.
Mutual Assistance Network. It's right now I am currently involved in this. Mainly it's been Patreon so far. It seems like a lot of folks are from Patreon. I don't know what the deal is with that, but a lot of the folks that I'm meeting have come to find out they're not even really connected with YouTube much. They don't even know I'm a YouTuber until a little bit later on. But out of the group that I've met so far, one of them had actually seen me on YouTube, and the others had no idea. And I gave a quick class on mags, groups, and emergency preparedness and things like that in front of a little group, and then it went from there. And now I'm setting up classes to teach combatives with groups of people. That was new. That just happened. I didn't get a chance to tell you about that, Wes, but now I'm getting connected with members that I've met from communities here in my area. It went from 6 people to 8 people. Now it's 20 people. It just keeps growing and growing. And now I'm going to be teaching small groups, combatives, different types of martial arts and stuff for self-defense. And it's ridiculous.
That is super cool.
It's gone crazy. And then it went from that to, hang on, careful. It went from that to, what's the other thing? Now I'm doing phone calls. I love you, sweetie. And it's gone to that to now my son, he's officially in Taekwondo.
Yeah. Taekwondo.
Are you gonna bow? You gonna bow to him?
Yeah.
Do you bow? Anyway, all right, buddy, you gotta get up. Here comes your sister. So it went from that. Now I'm in the middle of phone calls with folks, folks that are from YouTube, folks that are from Patreon, and this network is growing. And the point of the network is so you're not alone, right? Mutual assistance group is like your area, and then now this is going so many different levels. It's crazy. Good night, sweetie. I love you.
And it's, you know, it's really an important thing. It's there's a few protractors out there to the movement, but we just let them go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's a few. A lot of the folks that I've met so far, just to fill some of you in, they now it's just crazy. It is so crazy. We've got doctors, pharmacists. For those of you that are curious about that one, nurses, master gardeners, military police, law enforcement. Those are just some key types of billets. Mechanics, with mechanics of every phase. Fabricators, people who can build things. Engineers, we've got engineers in our group. We've got techie guys, people that are good with computers. The list goes on and on, man. It's really crazy, the amount of knowledge that's pouring into this, and to say, if you were to open up and say, man, I need a guy that can do this, and instantly you can be patched into somebody. Well, there you go. And he'll tell you all you need to know. It's getting crazy, but there's going to be a huge, it's called the Viking Fest. It's coming up. And for those of you that are not subscribed to Squid and Bear, I highly recommend it. He's a very outstanding individual. He's hard as nails, man. You can tell he's a tough dude. And that's Bear, you know. So for those of you out there, he puts out a lot of information on it as well. And Sasquatch is in the Sasquatch, and I don't know if he's in the chat or not, but the Sasquatch
Hello.
is a lead coordinator for my area, and we've broke bread. Wes and I have broke bread. So a lot of folks out there, I'm trying to, if there's enough opportunity there where we can do a meet, I would like to try to get a meet coordinated, and even if it's just for your area, because there's a meet for every single area, and you just got to find which one it is. And Viking Preparedness on Patreon, it's $1 a month, but he puts out all this information, and the folks that are in charge of these meets post their information there and where the meets are going to be and all that, and who to contact and all that stuff. So they'll give state, town, all that stuff. It's going to be in that area. They don't tell you where, but it's up to you to contact them. They'll give you an email, and it's growing, man. It's crazy. But I can only imagine. I can't imagine. Revolting Man's another one. He's another coordinator. Is he? He's the Georgia coordinator. Is that right?
Yeah, he's in Georgia.
Yeah, he's the Georgia coordinator. But there's a face with every area. So that goes into the man. And we just came up with the abbreviation. We actually asked Pastor Joe Fox if that would be cool from Viking Preparedness, and he says if you want to add some sort of slang to it or something like that, that would be fine. And he said if you want to tag it with some sort of Viking something, you could do that as well. So a lot of folks were calling it the Viking meets, and it's a good thing. And
that's while we're on that, me and Rob, we've been on the phone and stuff, and there's actually going to be a Viking Man, there we go, we'll tag it like that, meeting in Texas on September the 30th. You need to contact either me or Rob, and we'll tell you when and where. I mean, I'll tell you the town it's going to, or the area. It's going to be in Scurry County, Texas, and it'll be, that's a Sunday, but we'll do it in the afternoon. So I mean, it's going everywhere. We're bringing Texas into this. Our part of Texas, not that part over there that looks just like the rest of the country. Just Texas. Oh, thank you. The mutual assistant networking is one of the best ideas, and we've all talked about it, but the guy that had the mojo or whatever to get it going, and it's going now, trust me, he's, and I know we sound like a commercial for the guy, but it's $1 a month, man. I can't believe I've waited as long as I did to do it. I mean, it's $1 a month. It's
perfectly fine, because I mean, he encouraged me to get it started, and that me getting my Patreon started something else. Like, because I have a very endless count of PDFs of books of knowledge of all sorts, and I always wanted to be able to share that. And when I made the Patreon, it gave me the opportunity to share that with other folks out there. And I mean, when people see the kind of stuff that I'm giving them, it's like they're like, "What? Seriously?" And I recommend some of the stuff, if you're on there, to print it out and keep a copy somewhere if you can, but not everything. Some stuff you just don't print out, right? You guys want to get back to the giveaway stuff?
Yeah, we can. Just
Are you gonna answer?
we need to answer this question real quick. The question is to the entire panel. It's from BC. What was it? Anyway, dude, I had you highlighted and the thing scrolled up.
Big C.
Big C asked the question for everyone on the panel is
This is a question
if there was one skill set that you would like to improve on, what would it be and why? Lily, you go first.
Mine would definitely be friction fire. If you have noodle arms like me, you know what I'm talking about. I like the fire roll. It's the easiest, in my opinion. But I'd like to get more primitive than that. That's a cute cat. I'd like to be more primitive than that. Say like bow drill or something. I'd like to be able to do that. Because the fire roll is, I'd say, the least primitive out of all of them. Just because it's usually used with ash. So I'd like to go for the bow drill. And then the hand drill when I work up some strength.
And that's a good one. But just remember on primitive fire, next fire was the thing that they, after they got their first fire, they always thought about next fire. So don't force yourself to take ash and charcoal out of the equation just yet. You know, if you've got existing charcoal to put down there when you're building your ember or whatever, your ember is just that much bigger and it may come that much faster. So
Right.
I'm not a friction fire specialist by any means. I have got a number of failures on camera, which nobody will ever see because it look horrible. But the friction fire is one of the hardest things. BA, what would yours be? Yeah,
What type of fire? What was skill?
Yeah, what skill would you want to improve on and why?
I want to be able to catch flies with my fingers, like my son does. My son can do it. I can't do it. I don't know how he does it, but he has these. It's just magic or something. But he can catch a fly in midair, and I told him he needs to keep that skill because we're going to need protein in SHTF. So even though flies are disgusting, he could probably catch a lot of bugs for me. But
I never thought of that.
Is that my serious skill that I wanted to enhance? I would like to get sharper at some things like archery. I still I'm not there where I want to be, and I'm going to constantly be battling that one, you know, to continuously get better at archery. That's something that, you know, because I'm not the best at it. And that's one of the main ones right there. And I want to do more trapping. I want to get out and trap because I want to hone in that skill as well, just in case I ever need it. I guess that's it. I mean, for me, all I can think of that I would like to get better at.
You're jumping on the same page as me because the one thing that I would really like to get better at is the trapping part. I mean, I can sneak up on something or sit and wait for something to walk by and shoot it pretty good, or, you know, I can chunk a stick at it or whatever, but to actually be able to set something out there, you know, improvise traps. I've squished one ground squirrel in 50-something years. That's not good averages. I'm just saying that's something I really, and, you know, the food's always, the bait's always gone, but the rock's always still there. Either that or the rock's down and there's nothing under it. You know, that's the trapping. I fully agree with that one. That's one skill, but it's hard because you can't, you know, that's something you have to practice a lot, and
Yeah.
you have to convince yourself that, okay, I'm going to take the weekend. I'm going to go out and drop rocks or snare little birds or rats or whatever all weekend. Because I have a rule: if I kill it, I got to eat it.
The next skill that I need to get better at, to add in conjunction with all three, with the two of those, I'm going to add one more, and I want to be able to process my own hides. That's the next one. I've
That's
never done one before, processing a hide before. I've got books on it and everything else. I've just never done it, you know. And I can have a book, I can read a book all day, and it doesn't mean I can go do it, you know.
You see, I can do the rawhide and then the cheat where you soak it in the, I think it's alum or something like that. Can't remember. I got it written down, and then you just stretch it over deal. It's not real leather, but it's workable hide. It's not the
Yeah.
same as tanned hide though. It's not. You know, I cannot tan a hide. Uh, well, you can use the brains, but I mean, I eat those, so it kind of knocks me out of having the brain. You know, if you eat the brain, you can't use the brain to tan the hide. So there you go.
Is there another skill?
Oh,
you?
yeah, Lily, you got any more skills that you besides friction fire that you'd like to pick up on?
That's what I'd be, you know, trapping is a pretty good skill to have. I am not experienced in trapping yet. Although if I don't feel great about trapping small animals and eating them because I don't really feel like eating a squirrel unless I have to.
Yeah. It's a good point.
You just got to remember on the, and I'm not suggesting that you go against your feelings on this or whatever, but it's a little late after an event to learn the skills you need during an event. And trust me, you're by not eating the squirrel, not eating the pack rat, not eating the rattlesnake, not eating the turtle, you are missing out. Trust
But
me.
keep in mind, this goes back to a topic I think you and I actually had about what's going to be left in SHTF anyways. You know, back during the Great Depression, deer almost went extinct. And I just think there's going to be so many folks out there hunting that there's going to be nothing left anyways. And we're going to be stuck with something else, right?
There you go. I do not want to have to get used to the idea of eating rat
Yeah.
after now.
Yeah.
So, and they're not bad. They're not. There's not much to them. I mean, don't eat the insides, but you know, I got rules. There are limitations to what my eyeballs can allow. Okay, Lily, are you ready to do this again?
Sure thing.
We're going to move this other pack. Remember, same rules apply, people. You have to wait to see the words ready, set, go. And yeah, I could be funny about this. Do it like this, which I said it, so yeah, now I'm going to do it. If they figure it out. Boom. Yeah, Dad's smart. Oh, wait, what was that thing? I don't remember.
Someone needs to get one of those random number generators.
Yeah. I've got like a lot of VRs to my giveaway thing. Oh. I don't even think Smoking's trying, or his thumbs are fat. One of the two. No, he's not trying. There they go with that grenade stuff. They'd have cleared the room if they'd have been a grenade. This is like so fun just to watch the numbers go by.
Funny how many and one.
Yeah, it's like. Oh, so close. uh, the Revolting Man. Go to the Revolting Man channel and ask him. He has all that information. Seriously, it's like a really.
Wow.
This is funny. What? It's between 1 and 100, Bullfrog. $22.50. This is.
It's definitely a lot of fun to do this.
There it is.
Oh, War Dog.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I think so. 59, right?
Yes. There it
we
is.
go.
I watched Dad go. He went 58, 60. I'm like, why did you jump over it?
Wow.
For the win.
If it'll focus on it, this is what you'll be winning. I don't know if it's backwards, though. Hopefully not.
You have to talk. Your camera's muted or off. We can't see you. We see you in
Really?
the cat.
Still?
No, there's you in the
Yeah,
cat.
you're good. I can see it. Yeah,
All right.
it's showing up. It's not backwards.
All right. I'll drop my email again. Just email me your info.
I always love it when someone wins something from me and they're like Canada or somewhere in the UK or it's like, man, I won't have to go through customs again.
Sorry, guys. I thought I typed that War Dog for the win in there already. Okay. Because there was still numbers coming. Wow.
I had a guy in Australia win a hatchet from me, and the hatchet, I guess the weight on it was just too much, but man, shipping was like $60.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Hey, man, he won. He won, so I got to get it to him.
I don't know what I'm
Right.
going to do if Just Aid wins that backpack. I'm going to have to go take a loan out or something. The which model?
UK's not too bad. I think on a heavier item, I've had to spend like $30 because I can't mail like certain knives and things like that to them. So you got to make sure if someone wins something overseas, you got to check to see. Because then you got to fill out the items list. That is ridiculous for customs. What all's in the box? One knife, one filter, one flashlight. It would take all day.
Let's see. There's some potassium nitrate, some
I
charcoal.
know, right? Oh,
they
man.
out. And then you get a one-way ticket to the place where you get to eat 3 of the exact same meal.
They won't even ship it though. The post office is pretty good about they check the list of items and then they'll tell you if you can have it or not. Because I sent something to Sweden and it was a knife, and then they had to ask me what type of knife, and it fell into the category that I could ship it. So they do read them before you even ship them.
Yeah, the only thing I sent overseas was my what do you call it? Channel stickers. I haven't had to ship anything. I don't even know how. I wonder how hard it is to ship anything to Canada right now with everything going on.
It's not too hard, and always remember you don't have to fill out a customs form if it's classified as a letter. So if you've got something, if someone, if you want it to be a letter, then it can be a letter. So just you would wrap like if it's a patch, you could wrap it up in something. But you have to list it as non-mechanical, so they have to sort it by hand, so it doesn't run through the machines and rip the patch up. I've had that happen when I mailed out. I think I mailed out over 100 patches, and out of those 100 patches, it was like every one of them had to be stamped non-mechanical. It was a pain.
Hey, David the Viking. Hey, Lily. Now you've had a while to think about this. Is there anything you want to say to Daniel God is my judge? Anything?
His shout out was awesome. I really loved his shout out video to me. That meant a lot to me.
Oh, I thought you were going to be mean.
Oh, well, his humor is pretty cringy, but I mean, that's
He's a really nice guy. I mean, that's what we should just talk him up right now. He tried everything. He tried to run people off of his channel, get us to unsubscribe him, and he's tried everything. He doesn't like it when people like him, so we should like him more. It's that simple.
right.
That's the worst possible thing we could do to him is just keep saying nice things about him and to him and visiting his channel and everything.
He's a lot of fun to chat with. We've talked on the phone before. He's a really cool dude.
He hurts his face. There you go. Anyone know how to? Oh, dude, that would be called deep, man. And stay out of the tall grass. You know, like Jurassic Park. Don't go in the tall grass.
Yeah.
Seriously, imagine my fingers are grass, blades of grass, and you're running through them. The tick comes out here and sits on the ends of these grass, and then when you go through, they just get on you. So don't go through the tall grass for starters. Put DEET on your legs and stuff, and I don't know, carry bug spray with you and spray the grass while you're walking by. You don't have to worry about them next time. Or go get possums. Make a bunch of possums run ahead of you and eat all the ticks. Do that.
Is it okay for me to remind people about my giveaway?
Yes, it is. Are you ready to do that also?
Well, I can do that one. I just wanted to remind folks, whoever's watching.
Oh, the VR.
I am giving this away. You just have to follow the instructions. But that's there. So,
and if anybody wins it and feels like paying it forward to me, that's fine too.
That's it. That's an SHTF box from CH Cadales. Just so everyone knows. And
don't have that big honking sword in it. Oh, I'm asking. Yeah. Okay.
It's really cool actually. And tomorrow night during my live stream, I'm giving away this. That's tomorrow night. And I just recently did a video on it and I don't need it. So I'm giving this away tomorrow night. This gas mask, but it's up to you to incorporate it into whatever you need to incorporate it into. But I thought that would save somebody a few bucks in certain situations. It could be a backup mask for whatever reason. But that's for tomorrow night. And tonight, I'm giving away this right here. I don't know if you can see it. Let me zoom in. Dum, dum, dum. Oh. You know, it does have the striker. Okay, so if any of you are familiar with paracord bracelets that have the ferro rod and the striker, it's a paracord bracelet with that on it. And it also has a whistle, has a compass, has a watch that works really well, by the way. And in the center of the paracord, there is a tube. And in that tube, it's loaded with survival gear. And here comes my cat again. This cat follows me everywhere. She jumps on my shoulder. She gets up on the fish tank and jumps on my shoulder and then walks around the house. She's like my parrot. It says, includes fire starter, emergency whistle, integrated compass, and a 9-piece fishing kit, fire tender, and 2 safety pins, and a precision quartz movement watch. So that's everything that's in this little package right here.
Cute.
All
We're
right.
gonna do that the same way.
Same way. I'm gonna let you pick the number, Wes. You pick the number. It's your turn.
I'm gonna make it hard. I think.
And be sure and hit the like button, folks, for Wes. Show him some love if you can. I know most people don't say that, but I will.
All right, folks, and then for BA's giveaway, same thing. Once I say ready, set, go, in the little chat thing, not on here. Quit wasting your numbers. Calm down. You'll have to wait for me to type it in. And then for my giveaway tonight, because I didn't know everybody's gonna give stuff away, I'll just let y'all have these 2 stale Tootsie Rolls. You ain't have to pick a number or nothing. Okay.
People are already putting in numbers.
Yeah, they're all just like every time. Okay. Remember, as soon as you see me say ready, set, go, then you go. Not ready? I mean, boom. There you go. Numbers. Numbers, please. Now the numbers count. Oops, now I got to get this other thing because I didn't even remember what I choose. Is it Christmas in your house?
Is that Jingle Bells?
It sounds like there's sleigh bells coming into her house. Huh? Apparently my mind works weird because nobody ever picks my number. What's going on?
Guys, I think Dad on YouTube got it.
Seriously?
Yeah, like way earlier. Yeah, 82.
So Dad on YouTube got it.
All
Yeah.
right. How did I get past me? I'm not even seeing him commenting on here. What is going on? Why can't I see him comment?
You gotta scroll up a little bit.
I did. And now there he is. I see 62.
Yeah, he got it. Yeah, he got it right before C103 said 55. But yeah, he got it. 82.
Okay, I'll let y'all go roll with that one because I'm not even.
Dad on,
Yeah, I see it. That slipped right past me. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was picking on somebody about Jingle Bells.
Dad on YouTube, if you're listening to what I'm saying right now, you have a way to private message me. Just PM me your address so I can mail it to you.
This is fun. I don't even have to mail anything in. I get to do giveaways on my channel. I'm not going to do this all the time.
Yep. This is yours, Dad on YouTube.
Yeah, it's nothing like giving away other people's stuff.
It's good. It's good you got folks that can show up and help you out, though. It's serious. It's really good. It's a good thing.
Does anybody want the Tootsie Rolls? Because I got a whole bag of them. They're not trash. They still taste like chocolate. You just have to chew them I tried microwaving them. Don't do that. But they're just, you can use them for ammo. Yes. The Tootsie Pops are still good.
Are you next?
I don't got anything to give away. I wasn't really. You think?
You don't have to go looking for stuff. I'm just. I was just curious. Did you want to do? Did you have a mail call or anything you wanted to do?
I did the one mail call. That's
Yeah. I've got a mail call I have to knock out, but I just wanted to wait for any last minute mail that might come in over the weekend. Sometimes that happens to me, so I don't get to make it to the post office all the time. So,
well, I did not expect this mail call. It was like I was expecting this. This is what he said he was going to send me, and he sent me that whole bunch of stuff. Never tried this coffee before. I'm going to have to bust into it though. Honey Bay Coffee Roasters. Can't wait too long. It's in a paper bag. One thing, I mean, I don't know why he didn't just give me this instead of making me like feel all guilty about wanting to steal it. Dude, Westwind sent that. I mean, it's a legit, more a pretty solid little knife. Now I've got to build that bug out bag, people. I got blades. Okay, the blades are covered. If y'all want to send me anything else to help people out for a bug out bag, I have ample cutteries. Let's put it that way. I got a selection of blades. Have made it to the residents, and I have a blade addiction, so y'all are making it really hard on me to follow through with this giving it away. So stop.
No, don't do that.
Worst. Hold on, we got a question for the whole panel. Worst experience while after going outside. Oh, that's easy. Yeah, Jiggers, you win. You're absolutely right.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Man.
I just got him the other day, actually.
Oh, girl.
Yep, I'm scratching all night. Sucks.
That the one thing I found that helps the chiggers legitimately is you take Benadryl because it's an allergic reaction. You don't start itching until the chigger has actually left your body. Did you know that?
No.
There's nothing there to attack. The shoe polish doesn't work, nothing. Take the Benadryl to stop the allergic reaction and rub it down with hand sanitizer. Doesn't have to be Germ-X, just whatever alcohol-based hand sanitizer.
Good
And
to know.
Does chiggers cause any marks?
Yeah, chiggers makes you don't know about it. It takes, because they're so tiny, it takes a couple of days for you to swell up and start itching. But they're already gone. If you're really allergic to them, like I am, you know that day, that night. And the downside to it is when you lay down to rest, your body temperature actually goes up a little bit, and it changes something in your whatever. I did a whole video on these things. The itching gets worse at night for whatever reason, so you don't get to sleep, and then you itch all day, and then you itch worse at night, and you don't get to sleep, and then you're irritable, and then you go outside to get away from your wife so she don't hit you with a baseball bat, and you get more chiggers, and you get more irritable, and so you go to the store and you buy Pyrethrin and you spray the entire planet, and no more chiggers in my yard. I've had them worse places than on my legs. That's all I'll say about that. I was getting real animated there. I'm watching it in the replay, and I'm going to have to stop acting like that. Okay, what else we got? I've seriously got, but I don't have anything to give away. I'm giving away like a bug out bag and stuff. In case y'all are new on here, y'all subscribe to these other two people. And I guess Sasquatch never elected to join in. If you're,
What, you said the dog ate it.
oh, well, that's not going to work then. Anyway, they're good people. Y'all sub each other over in the side chat because I hadn't seen anybody over here that's a total tosser, I think. Isn't that the word you use? Just a tosser. Anyway, I've got a giveaway going on my channel because something happened and overnight it exploded. So I've got a bug out bag that I'm putting together that is apparently going to be pretty much completely provided by my subscribers. And you can get it into it with a VR or by commenting. You have to go watch the video and link it over there. And it's because thanks to y'all and thanks to the people that are subscribed to me, I mean, my channel's growing, and I want to give it back. And this whole thing with the networking, the mutual assistance networking thing, this is what it's all about. If there's people out there that have stuff and other people don't, I mean, you know, your car breaks down, Big's transmission goes, I can't buy him a new transmission, but you know, I might be able to drag him to the, or take him to the wrecking yard and help him pull one. You know, you do what you can do for who you can do it for.
Yeah.
For expecting nothing back. It's, you know, the manning up, you know, this in ladies, it's not sexist. We don't mean it that way. It just, that's the way the acronym and whatever. The letters came out that way. So, ma'am?
Wes, how did my knife I passed to you rank?
I haven't got to abuse it much. I did try to play with it some in Kentucky, Brian. Dadgummit, Tennessee. I guess I was supposed to go to Kentucky and I just got lost in Tennessee. I don't know why I keep getting stuck in the wrong state. But I am still playing with it. It has not become scrap metal yet. Probably won't. It's probably going to get stuck on a wall somewhere or passed forward. It's a pretty good chopper. But I'm still rating it. And that's got to go through a lot of paces to get a pass with me. This knife, I use this, and this one was actually a gift from one of the subscribers. I have tried to break this old puppy. I ain't made with that. It'll cut anything, including you. You need to be careful. It's a R.W. Lovelace Beretta USA. It's a nice knife. That's it. I'm rambling now. Y'all got anything? Oh, Sippy Cup's in here? I've seen somebody say hi, Sippy. Hey, Sippy.
Yeah. Looks like she's probably logged in on the other computer. I'm on the
Ask
laptop.
another question. Anybody can see what that is? Big C.
I think he's replying to Big C.
You live in the hills. Everyone is coming. SHTF, all unprepared in numbers, strangers to each other, armed, under stress. What do? You close the door on your hobbit hole, pull your curtains shut, and pretend like you aren't home until they come trying to dig through your sod roof and through your little wooden door that they can't see because of your magic dust. You avoid them. You don't. Seriously, if you built the right bug out
Yeah.
location, they're gonna walk right by you. There's no reason to set up landmines and stuff. Oh, boom, there was an explosion. There's somebody got good stuff hidden out here. You want them to go right on by. Gray Man in the Woods works too. Just be green.
Yeah.
Uh,
You're definitely gonna have to. Am I echoing? Yep. I'm echoing.
you were a little bit. Let me make sure it's not me. I'm gonna mute myself.
All right. Okay. Yeah, you're definitely going to have to. I wouldn't call it a gray man in the woods at that point. Gray man, I always like to play around with the term gray man, and but you're going to have to work on building a camouflage garden. You're going to have to make your garden. If you're going to grow things in the wild, you're going to have to grow them in an unusual fashion, not tearing up rows and things and making it obvious that you're gardening in the middle of the woods. So that would be something unusual folks are going to have to play with. And hiding yourself in the woods. I've done that several times with Guns McPew. Guns McPew Pew is another great little channel that he puts out just a disgruntled video every now and then. It's always great to listen to him. But Guns McPew Pew goes out with me on adventures, and when we do, we have been so camouflaged just from the bushcraft style lean-tos and things like that. You couldn't tell anyone was there. It was hilarious. We were right by a river. Folks coming down the river in kayaks never could see us. We just sit perfectly still and watch them and their shenanigans in their kayaks as they crossed us. And when they left, we both just sat there in amazement. They couldn't see us at all, because when we go out, we're wearing some sort of camouflage. You know, everything kind of blends in, and everything that we have blends in. Our packs blend in, rifles blend in. You can't tell we're even there. It's pretty hilarious to see folks just go strolling on by. But that was one occasion, and then there was another one where we're on. He has a lot of land. You know, he has a lot of land where he is. He has a pretty decent little homestead. It's pretty cool, and on his acreage, he's got some really nice places to go stomping around. And we hooked up our two. We carry I think it's 650 rhinos and throat mics, but we wear 650 rhinos and throat mics, and we stomped his entire area, and we were trying to do like a kind of a surveying kind of thing to see what's all out there. So we stomped around quite a bit, and even out there, someone else's property is connected to someone else's property, and it kind of goes into knowing your property and knowing that your neighbors probably know your property too, because they probably wandered onto your property hunting. And that was another thing that we ran into. We ran into deer feeders and all sorts of stuff while we were out there. And we didn't realize at that point we were a little off course, not much, but just enough to run into some deer feeders that was on someone else's property. But while we were out there in our little bushcraft shanty that we built, I know there's videos about that one, the bushcraft shanty we made. But I was setting up traps the whole time I was there. It's something that, like I said, there's a skill that I want to be really good at. Snares and traps and all those John Rambo kind of things, right? So I'm always making these traps out of deadfalls and crazy things, but it's always fun. I like the mechanics involved. But I'm making all this stuff while I'm out there, and this guy's walking through there because he's gonna go check on his deer feeder, and he didn't even know we were there, and we're just like, hey, and then we introduce ourselves and like, oh, we're neighbors. Oh, you're right over here. Oh, let's go check out your deer feeder. That's cool. And we made a friend, but we made quite a few friends that week. But you can blend in pretty good, and you're going to have to worry. There's going to be a lot of folks that think they're going to run to the hills when SHTF pops off. I know it's taken me a while to answer your question, Big C. I'm sorry, but there's going to be a lot of folks running off to the hills, and blending in is going to be your best bet. Laying low is going to be your best bet, and that's the only way around that. And do I recommend running to the hills? Not always. And in most cases, if it's that bad, people have to run to the hills. There's going to be a period of people are going to have to bug in. And I'm thinking, epidemic or something like that. But epidemic goes in waves, right? You got pandemics, epidemics, things like that will run into waves. People are going to die, so it die off quick. And it's going to come back, and people are going to die some more. So you're not going to be able to just go running to the hills at that point, because you're going to end up sick and dying as well. It's not going to be fun. So it's so complicated. To be honest, I don't think anyone's going to make the best decisions. I think even most of us that have an idea are still going to make a mistake. It's going to happen. Nobody's perfect. We're all human. We're going to make some sort of mistake that gets us in some sort of calamity that's not going to be fun. It's just like dealing with another group. Your chances are you're going to deal with hostile groups. You could deal with friendly groups. You could, like a group like myself, whatever people are with me at the time, we're not going to be the violent group right away. It's going to be a pace type thing. You're going to have to use pace when it comes to dealing with groups. You're going to have to take your time dealing with groups. And but if it gets violent right away, you have to approach violence with violence, and that's just all there is to it. But chances are you are going to run into folks in those woods. Whichever woods you decide to wander off into, you're going to run into people. It's going to happen. There's too many of us. You can't get around it. So you are going to run into them. And you're either going to be in a situation where you're going to have to fight them off, or you might actually make friends. Who knows? So there's really no good way to answer that question. And that's the only thing that it boils down to, I guess.
You're right on that. I mean, everybody pictures SHTF as like The Walking Dead or Fear the Walking Dead or The Night of the Living Dead or Dawn of the Dead or, some zombie apocalypse thing where everybody is out to get you. And while they're in some of the most extreme cases, even like The Road or The Book of Eli, those two books or movies or whatever were really good. It's never right away, and everybody fears the starving hordes out in the country. Those hordes won't last 50 miles. Within 50 miles of a big city is going to be pretty dangerous if you're at all easy to approach. But they're going to make the mistake. You know, the starving horde is going to make the mistake of waiting until it's too late to leave, and they're not going to make it anywhere. I don't think we have to worry about the zombie apocalypse as portrayed by Hollywood. It's going to be much, much worse. The things we're going to have to worry about out here are the disease-ridden pets that have taken to eating their fallen, people to stay alive, and they're carrying, plague on their fleas, and you've got rats running them. There are going to be rats. There are going to be crows. There are going to be flies. It is going to be, in a situation like everybody is worried about. If it gets to a point where it's just major, complete and total world without rule of law, everything's gone to crap, and there's nothing to fall back on. It's just, you and your people against everybody else. That is, if it's gotten to that point, there's already going to have been years of a slow and steady decline, short of, a comet or some unforeseen natural disaster that just takes out civilization as we know it in just a matter of days. It's not something like that we're going to have to worry about. I mean, I think it'd go pretty fast if there was a really big solar flare. It could go fast, but I really don't think that's what preparing for something that extreme is impossible. The only thing that's going to matter in something that extreme is whether or not you should have been playing poker for a living your entire life. I mean, that's harsh, but that's the way it is.
Yep.
Me, I don't want to have to shoot some guy who's just trying to get a can of beans for his kid. I don't. I mean, I don't want to have to do that. I mean, now if a guy comes up with a gun trying to take a can of beans from me, I'm not going to ask him if he has kids. It's just a wrong way to address the situation. I've talked about this before. I mean, a lot of the rules that we should follow nowadays are the rules we're going to have to follow later. You have to treat people the way you want them to treat you. If you want somebody to ask you if it's okay to camp on the back of your property overnight while you rest up and get ready for the rest of your trip, then by golly, you ask other people if it's okay for you to park at the back of their property and take a nap to move on. You don't just do it, But if you have to worry about getting shot for coming up and knocking on the door, that makes it extremely difficult. I mean, would you want somebody to shoot you for knocking on the door because you had a flat tire? Not really. So, I mean, there has to be balance. That's all.
Right, so, since we have Lily with us, I figured it would be fitting. Let me turn my thing back on. Here we go. Is this back on? Here we go.
Yes.
I figured it'd be fitting. We're going to do another giveaway. I just had to go look for it. I couldn't find it. All right. I want to give away something else.
Wow.
One more item from me. I want to do one more giveaway. And for the folks that are watching, see this? It's a camo bag. Look at this camo bag. It's got a little lanyard there. It's nice camo. It's got Velcro on it. Now, we're not done. Hang on. I got this. It is.
Oh.
It is a fire piston. Since we have a fellow bushcrafter in the chat with us, I want to give away a fire piston. Now, a lot of folks don't know how a fire piston works. It's up to you. You're going to have to learn how to do it. I don't have the time to show you how it works, but someone is going to get it and make it work. Okay, but you got to ram this in here real fast when you put your char cloth in. And just for you, I'm giving you some char cloth. Some char cloth right here. Let's see. There you go. That's char cloth. And you take a little piece and you just put it on the end of that. And then hit your fire piston and voila. But someone out there in the chat is going to get a fire piston.
It's super neat.
That's y'all pick a number because I want to play
Yes.
too.
Wes, you're in charge. Well, no, you're going to play?
No, I'm just messing with you. I'll,
Okay, if you wanted to play, Lily has,
but they're cool.
this time let's let Lily pick the number this time.
Okay, Lily, it's on you.
All right.
They're already throwing numbers up. Okay. This is crazy. Ready? It's the same rules. Wait till I say ready, set, go. And now they count. Number between 1 and 100. I guess I should have said that. That would have reduced the 1 million, whatever that is up there. Oh, they're going fast. Like trying really hard to watch this time. Like
You got to think really hard.
Wow, it's the same every time. They just miss it.
just barely miss it. They're like, I mean, they trip all over it.
It'd be cool knowing that fire piston goes to a good home.
Nope. They're killing me. You just want to like grab them and shake them. You're so close.
They're still going.
It's still. Mel Dog. He put up a bunch of them at one time, but that was a good plan. Mel Dog for the win.
All right.
Oh, good stuff. Male Dog for the win. All right. Mel Dog, I think he can private message me or email me, but I'll put my email up there in just a second for Mel Dog if he doesn't have my email. I know he's contacted me many times in private message, so I know he knows how. Just shoot me your address. And if for some reason you can't find my PM for some reason, my email's on the channel in the About section.
Steve.
It's Step One Survival at Outlook.
If you'll tell me what that thing is there, Steve Foco, I'll consider telling you if I made one.
Uh-oh. Now we're dead silent.
Everybody got quiet. I'm trying to figure out what that word is.
Oh. We can talk about more bug out related things and uh, stuff. I guess items to consider.
Yeah, he's
Um,
asking about something in some foreign language. Like I'm going to know what that is. Oh no. I thought they just used their what do you call it? Their property deeds for that. Oh, that was bad. I'll have to look that one up. And I guess not, since nobody even knew what the word was there. Steve, did you use a baboon bone or something? You leaving, Dad? That's another good guy to go check out his dad on YouTube. Smolo too. He keeps getting his Jeep dirty though.
His VR to you was a little confusing. I'm wondering if that was for the giveaway or if, like he was just talking about Disney. It was a little strange.
No, that was before the giveaway thing, but the
he
that was
puts out
Dad's
videos
humor.
like that.
He was making
Yeah.
fun of the fact that literally, every time I talk about wasting money, I talk about going 20 other channels out there that if they talk about wasting money or somebody spying on you, running your day or whatever, they reference Disney. He's referenced Disney as being kind of thrown off the way they handle things.
Ah.
Just it was an inside joke. It was pretty good stuff.
And that on YouTube is a diamond in the rough as well for a lot of you folks that are into combatives. A lot of folks don't know he's if anyone was to say they're into combatives, that man is into combatives. Okay, I mean, martial arts is his thing.
His
And,
whole garage is a gym for that stuff. And
yeah,
you don't even park his car inside.
he does jiu-jitsu.
Who did?
And I think that was it. I'm not sure what else. He's got some videos up. He was telling me to take a look at. I didn't get a chance, but he's got some videos up of. He's telling me not that I'm totally not a weirdo for videotaping my son at his taekwondo, because I felt like a weirdo because I'm surrounded by parents. I'm the only one sitting there videotaping, and I'm looking around. I'm like, I'm the only one doing this. Okay, I'm a weirdo. I'm putting my phone away. I'm not videotaping this now.
JEUFM, which
Yeah,
I don't want to know what the acronym stands for, but he wants to know how much water is practical to carry.
Hang on, let me turn my camera back on here. There we go. How much water should we carry?
Yes, how much water is practical to carry when you're on foot?
On foot? Now, I'm going to be honest. I will be seriously honest with you right now. I usually, when I'm talking crazy terrain. Okay, all the hikes I've been on are for real. And, I mean, we've done, sometimes we would do like 10 miles at a time. One day, Guns and I, we hiked very, very rough terrain. I'm not kidding. I don't make this stuff up. Very rough terrain. It was awful. It was horrible. And we made it 20 miles that day. It was 20 miles in 20 miles in one day. And it was awful. It was horrible. I used the pace counter the whole way. And looking back at that, how much water did I have on me? And could I handle it? I handled the pack and everything I had fine. The amount of water that I had was roughly a gallon. It was roughly a gallon of water. That's how much I had on me. And that's from my Camelback. Don't throw anything at me.
Jay wants to know what is a good amount of water.
I'm answering the question.
Oh, okay.
Sippy. She's all the way in the other room. She could just be sitting right here. But it was roughly a gallon. I'm going to be honest, because if you count the Camelback, and then I had one of the larger Nalgene, the really large one. I had one of those full, and then I had the Camelback was full. That's all the water that I had, and that was pushing a gallon of water right there, or maybe a little bit more. And with that, and I was not a minimalist at all. I had a Glock 21 with 2 magazines, and that's all I had. The rounds that were in the handgun, and the spare magazine. And that's for the weight of magazines and rounds. You've got to be, if you're going to get in a conflict, you're going to have to pace yourself with that. We did not have a rifle with us, but that's all the ammunition that I had. So you'd have to also incorporate another, some rifles out there, you're looking at like 10 pounds, because with all the silliness that gets tacked onto a lot of the rifles. But, a good rifle, the reason why I tell folks to try and stick with iron sights or something like that, because unless you're carrying a Remington 700 or something, a good 308 or something along those lines, right? Then you're going to have a different weight factor. So, but water, you want to try to carry as much water as you can, and but we did get into water purification on the trip. We did do water purification because we had to. We were chugging down water. The Camelback would run dry, and then I would fill it up with one of the larger Nalgenes and fill the Camelback back up, because it's convenient, because the straw's right there. I can just grab it and start, getting water if I need to. And then from that, we would stop, and anytime we saw a stream, we would instantly go into filtering water. So we filter water, and in the place that we were at, we didn't have to worry about a lot of crazy germies or anything to get us sick or anything. So we were pretty good in that. And then we did get rain. We got rain one night, and the first thing we did, we knew we were getting rain because we brought our ham radios, and we kicked on the weather, and we were notified that we were getting rain. So basically, I set out tarps just for rain catchment. So the tarp caught tons of rain, and we strained all that in the morning and had ourselves some more water. So water is key. Water is life. Water is number one priority. Food, second priority. Basically, shelter is second priority. But water, you want to have water. Shelter, because it gets cold, then you get sick, then you die, right? Being able to make a fire and all that stuff is important. And but food was kind of last on our list there of things that we needed immediately. And but bringing food. I did have food. I went with simple items for my food. I went with Uncle Ben's rice, the rice packets, things that are in the tear open section. You got your Uncle Ben's packets of rice. I do those, and I do the packaged tuna and things like that. And I usually just mix the tuna and rice together. But my main key items that I like to bring in with me was tuna and rice. And I do bring things to keep my glucose levels up. Just kidding. I'm not a diabetic. But I do keep things. I say that because I knew another Marine that would say that to me all the time. Keep his glucose levels up. Got to have the sugar. But I bring things that candy related items. It's something that has sugar to it. So something that has sugar and rice and the packets of tuna. Some folks carry Spam, but on average, however many days I plan on, I'm going to be sitting still. I usually use, I usually do, about 4 to 5 packs of the rice, and then 4 to 5 packs of the tuna, gallon of water, and crap for starting fires and crap for shelters. And I like bringing something along that can dig. Last time I went out, I only brought the kukri. The kukri works as a shovel. You can baton with it and all kinds of things like that. Cut down a tree. There's a lot of things you can do with a kukri, so I could avoid carrying a lot of other items that I could not. Anyway, but yeah, I could go on and on about this stuff, but you wanna try and be a minimalist, but don't minimalist yourself so bad that you are lost in the sauce while you're out there. Especially if you're that many miles away from home. If you're too far away and you're having to navigate through thick woods, and all these areas are like Black Mountain area and stuff like that. You're talking big critters. You got bear and a lot of other bobcats and things that really want to nibble on you. So you got to keep all that stuff in mind too. Protect your food, string your food up. That's another item you're going to want. I bring rope. I don't like bringing paracord. I bring paracord, but I always bring hardy rope. The reason why I like hardy rope that's strong, really tough rope, is I like to string up my pack. I like to string my pack up where a critter can't get to it. And it's a lot of fun to string up 2 packs at once. And I'd have to string Guns' pack with mine and yank them up into a tree. And I would always need his help because it's a lot of weight to try and pull a rope without any pulleys or anything. And you're just kind of throwing the rope up over the top. So you have to have rope just stayed. That's for sure. It's important. And basic stuff, man. Basic stuff. I mean, you don't have to overcomplicate things. You don't need tons and tons of flashlights and stuff, tons of batteries, right? Carry a replacement set of batteries. That's it. You don't need to be running a flashlight the whole time you're there. You just need a flashlight if you're in the dark and you're having to do something. That's it. It's not a camp. It's not that kind of. The trips that Guns and I take are not like camping trips. We don't leave our flashlights running all night and things like that. So your batteries are going to last a lot longer. So a lot of folks get crazy and they start putting in like a 10-pack of batteries or something, right? And whoa, that's way too much weight. You're going to have to reduce that down some. Just be able to have a set of batteries to change out your batteries. That's it. If you're the guy that's going to bring a solar panel because you want to charge your phone and stuff, and keep in mind where we go, there's no cell phone service at all. There's nothing. It's a dead zone everywhere. So your phone's off anyway. You're not going to be running your phone. You might, if you're going to, this was back before I was filming anything, way back, before I started filming all this stuff. And then on that last one that I did, I wanted to film some. So I didn't have to bring any camera equipment or battery packs, anything to charge with. I did bring a solar panel, and I brought a sun jack. It charges 4 AA batteries. So I tried to make sure everything I had in my pack was AA, and I kept it AA. And I had 4 rechargeable AA batteries. I had a fold-out solar panel. And that's what I used to charge everything. So I kept that simple. So with all the electronics, and then I converted my Baofeng ham radio over to a a AA battery system. So I could run AA's in it, AA's in my flashlight, AA's in my headlamp. Everything took AA. So I have to worry about all that stuff. So, but yeah.
That what question you asked about the water, that really is relative. If I was in, one thing I noticed as I got closer to you in your part of the world, I was like, there's literally water everywhere.
Yes, everywhere.
You know, other than where they've drilled holes and there's a pump down there that pulls water up out of the ground. For me to get to fresh water walking, the closest place is 9.5 miles. And then once I leave that place, the next closest naturally occurring fresh water that I know of that, you know, you could walk to and there's enough of it where you could fill it is another 10 miles.
Yeah.
So, you know, well, that's easy. You can walk that 10 miles. You can walk that up a few hours. Try walking that across, because it's not down a road. You're not walking down a road. You're not, you know, you're not out there with your fanny pack and your running shoes on. You're trying to carry half a human on your back plus enough water to walk through 90-degree heat with, you know, 20, 30% humidity. Y'all are like, oh, 20 or 30% humidity out here. That stuff will nearly kill you. We get up to around 50% humidity in this area, and 110 degrees. It's murder. You literally don't know you're sweating until you come inside somewhere where it's cooler, until you step out of the breeze and into the shade. And then the next thing you know, your clothes are sopping wet. You're literally sweating that hard, but the water's evaporating. Water here, if I had to go from here, if I had to make that 8-mile walk to that water, I would not leave my house in the summertime with less than 2 gallons of water on my person and my belly jiggling full of it, because it just, you know, when you're exerting yourself, the water leaks out the pores of your body. It's what happens. And in the wintertime, every time you take a breath and exhale, water leaves your body. People get dehydrated in the winter because they don't realize they're losing water with every breath. You know, that condensation that's happening in the atmosphere, a lot of that's coming from you. That's people fall out from dehydration around here in the wintertime a lot. That's, you wouldn't think that, but they do. Water's a pretty big deal. It is around here.
Yeah.
Sergeant, you mentioned something that piques my interest. You mentioned solar panels. Would you say solar panels, backup set of batteries, rechargeable batteries, that is, and a flashlight are a good thing to have in a bug out bag?
Definitely. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And it depends on the situation. Like if you have, you can get bags. They're Mylar bags. Okay. For a lot of you folks that don't know this, that are concerned about the topic, they always go into electromagnetic pulse, EMP, all these different things that can kill electronics. They make Mylar bags that are super duper cheap. You can buy them on eBay all day long that are meant for bagging up your electronics. It's plastic. It's like a plastic, well, it's Mylar, right? So thin bag, and you stuff your electronics in it. So if you've got a fold out solar panel that's about yay big, and you stuff that puppy in there, and then rechargeable battery, you know, all your rechargeable batteries, and then your doodad, and then your USB cords, and zip that up, roll it up real tight, put some tape on it, throw it in your bag. Chances are it will survive. So you don't have to use an ammo can to protect all your stuff. And they even make professional bags for those of you out there that want something more industrial or professional, they make professional bags, EMP bags and things like that. So you can stuff all your doodads in it and close it up. And yeah, it makes perfect sense because it's something you can reuse over and over and over again. And it's going to be a period of several months before those batteries go so bad that they don't hold a charge anymore. And even if they don't, they still will put out power when you need it. It's just going to get a little bit more aggravating for you to keep the batteries charged, but they'll last for months. And to have the power of light for several months, definitely worth it.
Yeah, everybody, I mean, not all electronics are going to die if you've got them protected. So yeah, if you don't have batteries or a way to recharge your batteries, you're kind of
And a radio for sure. There's another particular item here. I'll go grab it real quick that I like to carry. Here, let me turn my little doodad on here. But there's another item that I like to carry. I'll bring it out. It's something that I like to take with me.
in those bags he was talking about, the EMP bags. Most of the electronic parts that I ordered for like air conditioners and stuff, they come in a bag designed to protect them against static electricity.
Well, Faraday cage is nice too for that.
But
Yeah, they have Faraday bags now.
yeah,
They're awesome. They're you can get them in different sizes. I mean, you can get a Faraday bag that covers your whole bug out bag. They make them so big now, it's crazy. There's a company that makes Faraday bags, and it's got a thick material on the outside of it, a kind of scratchy sound. But Cat has to investigate. What have you got? What have you got? It's just a radio, Cat. Radios, communication, something like this is great for a bug out bag because most folks out there are not like us, right? They don't have a Baofeng or a ham radio. Most folks, have CB radios in their truck and things like that. You can turn this on and listen in to anything going on out there. People are talking back and forth. But usually I hear all kinds of chatter on this thing, but after a certain time of night, it kind of dies down and I don't really hear anything. But I'm usually listening to some of the old timers talk in my neighborhood. You'd be surprised. I probably won't get anything tonight, but this goes all the way up to channel 40. This has AA batteries as well. And I'm not sure. I don't think I put all rechargeable batteries in this thing, to be honest. Let me see. You got a clip right on this thing. This is the Midland 40 CB transceiver, 40 channel transceiver. Yeah, it's just regular AA batteries. And you've got a hookup here for a power adapter. You can do a mic, you can do a speaker, and you have a high and a low, and you have a jack here for your vehicle, so your cigarette lighter, right? So you can set this, if you don't want to install a CB radio in your pickup, you can attach this. You can attach this and put it in your car, and it'll stay running all the time, and it doesn't have to use batteries to be in your car. And you can disconnect this little jack here and hook up your actual jack to your Redneck CB whip that goes on your car. So you can put this in your glove box, so you can run your CB antenna right there to the roof of your car, like one of those magnetic ones. So
That's super neat.
it's cool. This is like one of my favorite radios of all time. I love CBs. Most folks think that I'm like, oh, he has to be like really big into amateur radio and ham radios and all that stuff. I like CB radios more, because every time I usually turn one of these on, there's like around 8 o'clock or so, there's always someone for me to talk to right there. And the ham radio, I could search all night and finally get somebody on. You know, I have all types of antennas for ham radios. I can throw up in trees and all kinds of stuff, run paracord and run a line up a pole, and you know, I got all kinds of doodads and gadgets and stuff for ham radios. But still, my favorite radio is the CB, and that's why, because there's always someone to talk to. And when SHTF happens, there's going to be a lot of folks out there going back to the days of Dukes of Hazzard and Smokey and the Bandit. I'm telling you, it's going to happen.
Yeah, I got a little radio that plugs into my solar kit, so that's pretty neat.
I had a really nice CB radio, and then I was driving by this big 18-wheeler, and I don't know what he did, but he keyed his mic. My radio made a horrible noise and never came on again, which means he was running a big kicker in his he was running a big booster, and when he keyed the mic, I was too close, and he fried my radio, man.
That's right. We talked about that. And you boosting your CB it's illegal, because man, you're reaching out to another state. I mean, you like here at the house, I could boost the CB radio, and there's mid channels, right? So if you got one of these, it's like 1 through 40, but most truck drivers run on the in between channels. So it's that channel between this and this. I mean, for a truck driver, CB radios that they use, they go way up in numbers. It doesn't stop at 40. It goes way up. So they make really unique stuff now.
I mean, they can sit there and get them fancy tweaked out radios, and then, you know, they're walking on channels 18 and 20. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty rough. Most of the guys that do the boosters and the amped up, they're out like farmers and stuff, and they're all on the same channel, so they can kick it 5 or 6 miles, which I don't have a problem with it. But you know, that was $100 and something radio, and that was a few years back, and I just got it, and he fried it. So yeah, be advised that, you know, if they catch you doing that, there's still vans running up and down the highways out there with a funny looking antenna on top of them. They're just waiting for somebody with a CB radio to get caught keying their mic too close to them.
I'm gonna grab my little bail phone.
Who's that?
I'm just gonna grab the bail phone real quick.
Okay, let us worship for all of y'all. If you could have one thing out of your current budget or ability for bushcrafting and such, what would it be? For bushcrafting and such out of my current budget. I don't know. What would you want, Lily? I got to think about that one.
Wow. Yeah, I got to think about that too. I mean, I'd say I'm pretty set on all the big things in my bag.
You know, I just thought of something. I really am. This isn't a plug for the giveaway, even though that's a really cool axe, boss. I would really like to have one of the small tomahawk axes or hatchets or whatever, but they've got a broad face on them. They look like a little miniature Viking axe. I've been looking at them, but man, I've got a budget $69 to get one of those axes. So that's what I would want. They look like a Viking axe, but they're the size of a tomahawk. They're pretty wicked little dudes. As a matter of fact, that's what it's called, as a camping tomahawk or something like that.
Sergeant did that giveaway on the fire piston earlier. I haven't actually seen those in a while. I forgot about those. I think I'd probably get one of those.
The fire pistons are cool. Yeah, this is the Baofeng that I use every time on the channel, and
Prepper Madness.
a lot of folks like this. But yeah, I use it to do the music on the channel and stuff, goofing off. But you know, I have serious channels programmed into this. The network is plugged into this, so everyone that I've talked to so far, I get frequencies from certain areas, and some individuals that I've talked to. Now I have to be in direct line of sight in order to use this, but I've been programming channels just in the event that an emergency strikes, so I can reach them. And they pick a frequency, or I pick a frequency, and we both agree that's where we're going to be when we need to communicate. So that's something that I've been doing with this lately, is a lot of programming. That's why a lot of folks haven't seen it on the channel in a while. The past 2 weeks or so, I think I've been using a small little emergency radio for most of that, because I've been doing a lot of programming stuff with that. And so it's been kind of sitting next to the computer, and I've been programming through the crimp system. But just for that, I mean, for folks out there that don't know, I mean, I rock, here's one of the throat mics that I rock, and a lot of folks probably don't know much about these things, but you might have seen them in some sort of like special forces flick or something. But this goes right around your neck. It adjusts to fit, it stretches, and it can run all the way around back your neck, just like that. And then you've got your earpiece. If I can find it, there's your earpiece right here, right there, and you just run that in right there, and then you connect. Now this is your push to talk right here. You can just push this button right here, but this will go right up here on my LBV or whatever it is I'm wearing. And then right down here, you got your quick disconnects all over the place. But this guy right here, there's your prong that goes right into the side of your radio. So I can rock this over here down low. I can even throw it in my bag and just leave the antenna sticking out. But this also works. I have one identical to it for the Rhino that I have, because I do have a Rhino, Garmin Rhino, and it's used for certain activities, you know, for navigation and stuff, but it helps you track through the woods. And then I also, let's see, it's good to tell folks that I never do videos on this stuff. So I'm just kind of sharing. It's stuff that I don't do videos on. But this is this right here is called a Slim Jim antenna. A lot of folks might not know what this is, but this goes in my bug out bag, and you have a connection right here, and this will adapt right into a Baofeng, and I can use a Slim Jim antenna with my Baofeng, so I can pick up a little bit more distance. And basically I would tie on to this, and I'd throw a paracord and a rock up a tree and run my antenna up. And then one of the guys in the Man Up network, the mutual assistant network, if I need to contact them and I'm close, but I've lost signal for some reason, I can run this up in a tree and try to communicate with someone. But yeah, I know it's a lot, but it's for communication. So communications would be key if I'm in a really crappy situation and I just need to get to the rest of the group. And I'm hoping that they're listening to me when I'm talking. But yeah, I figured I'd share that. Not a lot of folks talk about that stuff on YouTube. Now we got to get Wes set up. He's going to need to have a throat mic and everything else. We're entering the Call of Duty, I guess.
Yeah, that's exactly what I need, is to be all teched out and stuff. Yeah. Just my luck to.
Well, then people would quit telling you that they couldn't hear you.
Then everybody you just go straight off my voice, and then they'd be everybody like, "Shut up, you talk too much."
We keep all this stuff in nice, neat little bags. You know, it's all nice and organized, and so I don't lose any of it.
Just in case that microphone is picking up that dog, the dog just got put in the kennel. She's in training, not being hurt. She doesn't like the cage. There's nothing wrong other than my brain is about to explode. That's why my mic's muted, because there's a puppy in there screaming like somebody's got her leg trapped in a live trap or something, or bear trap. She's really good at crying. Yeah, y'all can hear. Let me see. What did we miss? Any questions out there in the side chat?
Gaming dude loves Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, I love Call of Duty too. I'm gonna have to upgrade to the Xbox One. I guess there's nobody left that's any fun to play on the old console, but we're not getting into that either. I don't have time to play it anymore anyways. No, I did not get a puppy, Chandra. There was a little miscommunication about dogs, and just watching the homestead while I'm gone, and somebody who might be called Sweet Pea decided that it would be okay, since I wasn't here to say no, to bring a dog home. So, yeah. I actually had decided on the trip that I was going to go get me a new puppy. And it wasn't that one. So, it's all good. I'll train
Puppy
this.
needs peanut butter.
Yeah, that puppy needs, what do you call it? A big dose of Benadryl and a pillow.
What?
Under
The pet. Under the pillow goes under the pet. Everyone.
Under the like to let her have a nice nap. It's really cool. I'll let her hang out with me. I mean, I don't hate the dog or nothing. Just it's a blue heeler cross, and blue heelers have one purpose, and it's not the right kind of purpose for the kind of homestead I have going. They're cattle dogs. They're not sheep dogs. They're not none of that stuff. They're pretty good guard dogs. You can teach them to be good guard dogs, that's for sure. But I don't do guard dogs. I don't believe in aggressive animals. I don't know if anybody's figured that out about me or not, but I do not believe in aggressive animals at all. What breed? It's blue heeler, and yep. Blue heeler are herding dogs, but they're not sheep dogs. They're blue heelers are for pushing cows around. You can get lucky and get one that'll work sheep and stuff, but they're primarily cattle dogs. Now, in other countries, they may use them for sheep. The ones you get here in the States are cattle dogs. And it's a completely different state of mind. You can't get a sheepdog to herd cattle, and you don't want a cattle dog herding sheep, because if the cow don't move, the dog grabs a hold and bites. They don't play around. They'll actually injure a sheep or a goat or anything else. But anyway, now that we've got off on dogs, which is a very dangerous subject in any culture. Yeah, healers are they're usually one or two people. They're not social, so you run the risk of having a blue heeler that's going to bite the UPS guy, and that's not a good thing. So, what kind of animals you got around your house, Miss Lily in the Wild?
Obviously a cat.
Well, she's got a cat. Funny little cat.
Yeah, I got a couple cats. I got some rabbits, chickens, some dogs on the property.
So, like, do you eat the rabbits?
No, this breed isn't edible.
Wait a minute. It's a rabbit.
Right. I mean, well, you could eat it. They're just not great.
Oh, they're not big, fat, juicy ones. They're little, cuddly, fluffy ones.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have any of those. All I got is big, juicy gray ones. Mm. The drought killed all my jackrabbits. Dang it. Which are not technically rabbits, they're hares, but we don't need to get in. We're not going to start splitting hairs on here. Have attacked chickens? Yeah, we used to have. We got rid of those. Every time we have a chicken attack something, my wife shoots it.
I watched a fellow on Doomsday Prepper like a year or two ago that had the cats that were trained to kill, and they would go out and hunt and bring him back food. It's pretty hilarious.
If you could find a cat like that, that would be a cool cat. I mean, just you walk out on, and I guess if you got the right cat, you just go out on your front porch in the morning, you pick up all the dead birds and mice. There's breakfast. You just got to realize that the cat's going to eat the heads and just leave you the back end and the guts. It's their present to you. Here, I left you the gooky part. But you ever watch a cat eat a snake?
Uh-uh.
I've seen a frog eat a snake.
That would be wicked cool. A frog eat a snake. But the cat will lay with a snake till it's dead.
There's some big frogs.
Face off, and turn around and start at the tail and literally eat the snake from the back end and just squeeze all the gooky stuff right out the front and leave it in a pile. It's one of the neatest things I've ever watched. I was very bored that day.
I had an Akita one time that brought me a snake. I didn't want it, but he thought I needed it.
Yikes.
It was still alive and biting him.
Wow.
It was biting him. He wasn't even flinching or moving. He just like would sling it around some more.
Wow.
My dog finds one, starts barking, looks at the house, looks at the ground, barks, looks at the house, barks. Just I'll go out there and do something about it. She's figured out. She got the whole. She got bit on the lip, didn't she? Swelled her whole face up. Anyway, she figured out that you don't want to play real close with them, and that's a really important. If you have dogs and you decide to go somewhere besides the city with them, keep Benadryl. Children's Benadryl will save your dog's life if it gets bit by a rattlesnake. I don't know about copperheads or cottonmouths or anything like that, but the vet says give your dog Benadryl and it'll keep the swelling down. They can usually fight off the venom, but the swelling is what takes them out. The swelling will close off their airways and stuff. And if you keep the swelling down, then the dog will shake off the rest of it on their own. That's kind of cool, I thought. And it's saved.
Bigger dogs. I think bigger dogs have better luck with fighting off the venom than some types of dogs.
Yeah.
I had I don't know what on earth he was mixed with, but he was a smaller dog, and he did okay. He fought off venom. He got bit by a snake, and I didn't give him anything, but he made it. He just kind of shook a little bit through the night, but in the morning he was fine. It's weird with some animals. They can't take this. They can't take the venom. I didn't know about
strong dog.
BC or Big C has a question about comms and maps.
Oh no!
Earlier, shoot the question down again, guys. It's really hard for us to keep up with the chat sometimes.
Hang on, sir.
And we're probably going to let him answer that one. And we're going to start wrapping it up because I just looked at the time.
Yeah. I know someone was asking how hard is it to get a ham license earlier. I saw it flowing through there, but I had to go get the stuff. That's easy because you can just go to the Red Cross and do that. And there's I have all the let me turn my thing back on because I have all the test information, all the books and everything. And surprised me, Sasquatch has all the books as well. My computer's getting ready to shut down on me. That's fantastic. Let's see.
Sippy, I don't know if my snake stories are cool. They usually involve something getting bit or me trying to step on live ones. Oh.
I did a video a while back on like comms and maps. I can't remember though, because I've done so many like that.
And that's a lot of it, guys. I mean, a lot of the questions, and I know it sounds like we're pushing our channels or whatever, but we've covered, not necessarily me, but people in the community have covered these things on, comms and maps and navigation and fire starting and stuff. When you go to somebody's channel, if you don't find what you want in the latest uploads, chances are if you go to their videos and view them from the oldest to the newest, chances are some of the best videos that they made, some of BA's best videos are some of his early ones. Not that the new ones are bad, but he's got some really good stuff that's from way on back there. They're well worth a look. And he's got them all in, what do you call those, playlists and stuff?
Yeah.
He's got it narrowed down to you. For you.
Yeah, the best I could, I guess. I should go in there and clean it up a little bit better, because there's some stuff that people don't see. That's like some of the older stuff I did. I think from because I think it's November. I will have been on YouTube for SOS, this channel, 2 years. And I have over 1,000 videos so far. It's a lot of the unlisted ones don't show up though. But if you tally all of it up, it's more than 1,000 videos. Live streams, because I do 3 live streams a week, and I think the live streams, I'm at like, it's ridiculous number of live streams I've done. But I've been trying to put, I always forget, but I try to put the podcasts, I call them podcasts, because sometimes I put together a lesson or topic, and I go through that lesson or topic, and I try to go in an order so it's a constant flow of a topic instead of so you know what I mean. It's more like a podcast than it would be like a live stream. Like a live stream where we can stop and talk and stuff like that, and then I just go through it. So I call them podcasts, and then so I did a podcast playlist so people that like the podcast could go to it and click on a podcast and just watch all of them that they want to watch forever and ever and ever if they wanted to. For the truck drivers out there that get bored and just want to listen to a dude just run his mouth forever. But yeah.
And let me step in. There was some people asking earlier about Georgia meetups and stuff. There's Revolting Man in here. I've seen people saying, hey, I haven't seen his name pop through yet. There it is. Subscribe his channel. He's got info on there. He's got contact info, blah, blah, blah. He's a member of the Man Network. I don't know if you're familiar with that one yet, Zach. It's MN, Mutual Assistant Network. The Mr. BA over here, or Staff Sergeant over here, we're going to start manning up. I liked it. I think it's cool. But the Revolta Man, he's the guy that got me hooked up with a meet in Georgia where I could go down there and say hi to everybody. And I met, it's the reason I got to meet so many amazing people on my trip. So yeah, he's the guy. He's the guy to subscribe to.
And I don't even think we had a chance to tell Revolting Man about when we went shooting, and the guy I was setting up the meet with, he was another guy that I met here that's new, and he went to one of the Viking meets, and he was inviting me to go shooting, and I said, hey, I want to bring along a couple of friends, and he says, who is it? If you don't mind me asking. And I said, his name's Wes, and he goes, wait, Wes S? And I said, yeah. He goes, I just saw him on Revolting Man. So it was funny. It's funny. He goes, well, of course. And but the guy we were going to meet is a subscriber of the Revolting Man, and it's so crazy, man. All the connections. But that was really cool.
It is. It's exciting times, man. This is and I ain't gonna make you go back and watch the whole thing, Zach. But me and my bud here from Texas, we've scheduled one for the 29th of September for a Texas meetup. So 30th, whatever, the last Sunday of the month. I don't have a calendar. Anyway, the last Sunday of September is the Texas meetup in Scurry County. Email me if you want the particulars. We're gonna go to that one in was it October? That one in Oklahoma?
Yep.
I'm going to that one.
I was just looking up gun laws. It's important. I have to make sure that they honor my carry permit, and it's just a handgun, so I'm not getting crazy like it's
the only thing I have to worry about going to Oklahoma is I have to tie a string to this side of the river and make sure it stays attached to me when I get over there so I can pull myself back, because Oklahoma sucks. Love that. That's the only thing keeping Texas from flowing away and becoming its own country is Oklahoma. That's exactly what happened.
I've been hearing about the South Carolina meetup. Someone was telling me about the South Carolina meetup because seeing if I would be able to make that, and it's too far for me. I wish I could. And North Carolina meetup, I could. That's a little bit closer. There's a possibility I could do that. The drive would kill me, especially with the kids and all the stops, P breaks. A 2-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 6-year-old.
See, what you do is you get a livestock trailer and you put the kids in it. And then you don't have to stop. And they can run around and play. Just like put some mattresses on the side.
Yeah.
That'll be fine. Just don't tell anybody I said that.
Oh, man. Well, I guess that's about it for me. I haven't got any more to share. I think that's it.
Big C asks, Lily, are you into medicinal herbal medicines and wild edibles? That's a really good question. I've actually just been getting into that. I posted a video on Bushcraft Fam about me making sumac tea, or bush lemonade as some people call it. It's actually pretty good, but yeah, that's a really good question. I am just getting into it. It's actually really cool.
Okay, hold on, Lily. Let me do something real quick. I should have already done this. I wasn't paying. Wow, would you stop moving? All right. Type something in the chat over here. No. Just say hi. Say Wes is the greatest. Anything like that. In the YouTube chatty thingy. if you want to post, do you have the link? If you have the link for that, dadgummit, Bushcraft, whatever it is, that you can type links over here now in the chat. That's what I'm trying to say. If you want to
All
put
right.
them onto that thing you were talking about.
The Revolting Man was asking about the, I think it was North Georgia or something like that, the meet going on there. I believe I'm actually going to be riding with Sasquatch on that one, but I've got to check the schedule to make sure I don't conflict with Sippy's work or school. So as long as the dates don't conflict with Sippy's work or school, then I'm going to be hitching a ride with Sasquatch. Me and him are going to ride together for that one. From what I'm understanding, I think that's right. So I'll definitely be at that one. If it all works out. I really hope it does.
That's it. Oh no, I gotta do something else.
Squid and Bear posted a video. For those of you asking about the Oklahoma thing, Squid and Bear posted a video. That's another great channel as well. But he posted something up on the Viking meet in Oklahoma. So he gives out all the information for that. To encourage some of you that haven't looked, if you look in the subscribe to these channels on my channel on the main page, it just says most people put recommended channels or channels that I'm subscribed to or whatever. I've been trying to pay it forward and put folks in there. So I've been working really hard to create a list of folks to subscribe to. It's there. So it says subscribe to these channels. And if you're looking for other content that is affiliated with us, they're there. So all you got to do is click and subscribe. So even I think Lily's on there, everybody else. And if they're not on the main one, you just click see more, and it opens up to a blah of more channels that are.
Yeah, mine just says, so yeah, good channels. That's what it says.
And if you're a channel and I don't have you in there for some reason, and you know it's probably a mistake that you're not there, just tell me and I'll put you there. I had somebody complain about it one time. Hey, we're not friends anymore. No, I forgot or didn't notice or something. Something happened. There's a lot of names to put on a list. So
And it's not, and it's not like making somebody a moderator or something. You gotta like go find them and come.
You gotta go
do all this stuff.
copy, paste, save, and then it times out. Then the names disappear, and then you're like, I gotta do it again. Click, move. But yeah, it's, gosh, man, it ain't easy doing that.
I decided real quick that it was going to be people that I've met and that are, well, not necessarily met, but people that I know who are actively supportive and involved in growing an intelligent, helpful community. You know what I mean? Fun, friendly type thing. You know, you can have the best channel in the world. I can watch every one of your videos, but chances are, if you do nothing but fluffy kitten videos playing with cotton balls, you're not getting on there. I'm just saying.
It disrupts the feed of seeing channels that, like right now at the moment, there is a chain VR going around. What is it? 10 people I would want to be with during SHTF kind of thing. Is that what it is? I can't remember.
Yeah, that's it. And you and me keep winding up on the same team. I'm supposed to be the guy hunting long pork or something. I don't know what that's all about.
Most times when we do the chain YouTube thing, they usually like someone out there like might say they add me to the list, and then that was the one I was supposed to do the VR for, and I think it started out with Jeep things, and then now I just got done watching Jeep things the other day, and I'd take every one of y'all on YouTube with me, right? That's that's just me. all of y'all can be in my community, right? And it went from that. I like turned on YouTube like another hour later. Then I've got another YouTube channel. It's like, well, I would take you with me too. And then next thing you know, I was like, oh, all right, fine. I'm gonna have to do VR to every single channel, and I'm just gonna go with everybody. I already said I'm gonna go with everybody anyway. I could just end it and be like, do a VR. I'm going with every single one of you. That's it. Bottom line. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but it'll happen. But yeah, good times on YouTube for sure. I like doing the chain VRs. Those are cool.
Yeah, I got stuck on a team with Hooples. I have to go with Hooples. Hooples cat.
Yeah.
But we're just taking them along so we'll have somebody to pick on. But
Huples is very interesting to listen
he
to.
really is. And I mean, I know politically me and him are on, like, we're throwing rocks at each other from other sides of the fence, but we're cool with each other. You know, he's got a good sense of humor. He's tough enough to take it when you start picking on him. I like that in a guy. So
Yeah.
he's
My
quick
mom loves
though.
Hoople.
If you're gonna throw something at him, you better be ready. Something's coming back. Anyway, all right, people. I'm gonna have to call this. We've been on here, let's see, almost 3 hours. I have had a blast, though. Is there anything y'all want to tell the people before I so rudely hang up on them? Hey,
No, I'm good.
sorry you're late, bud. But did you go back and watch it? Because, well, I gave away lots of stuff. Actually, I didn't give away nothing, but everybody got something. It was like, what do you call it? Should have titled it instead of special guests or whatever. I should have said everybody gets a trophy night. So anyhow, we had a blast. Want to thank all you people for coming and hanging out for so long with us. Sorry we had some slack moments, but you know, if it wasn't for you people in the chat, we wouldn't be here. So, you know, thank y'all for giving us a reason to, what's that? What do they call us on the little button up there? Creator, giving us a reason to create. This really is all about y'all. So, yeah, he's like stabbing us to death. Ah!
Yeah, and when you guys leave here, just if you guys are looking for Lily's channel and you didn't see it for some reason, it's in the main on the main page of my channel right there, and you guys can just click subscribe. You don't even have to do anything.
Yep.
So you guys that are interested.
All right, guys, y'all stay alive, don't die. Okay.
Night,
God bless.
everyone.